What's up, guys? It's finally done and it's coming out right now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It is a beefy of a video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and remember to take part in the giveaway. Enjoy.
Lycans and gentlemen, we thank you for waiting. And now let the games begin. Let's see what you got. Ethan Winters.
Hello everybody, I'm BlueMonkeyWazza here with my boy Sam from SkyGamers.
What's up, people?
Guys, today is a really fun day because we've got this entire new series planned and we hope you guys will like it. Guys, we also want to thank GAMEFINITY for providing us this code for Resident Evil Village. It was such a blast to play, and yeah, we also got a competition, a giveaway going on.
Yep.
For a game called Capcom Arcade Stadium. Here's a quick view to see what you could win. So guys, that's the trailer for the game you could win.
It looks fun, I gotta say. It's a bit of retro action going on there. It's actually looking a lot of fun.
I actually played the Super Street Fighter Turbo, and because I never hanged out in arcades, so having that.
I grew up in the arcades. What you talking about?
How old are you?
I'm not gonna tell the world how ancient I am. That's rude. Alright, I tell you what. Back in my day, we had cartridges.
That sounds like a fun station. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to enter, hit the like button, subscribe, follow the instructions down below. Follow my boy Stam over here on all his social media pages and his website. It will all be linked right below.
That's right. At SkyGamers ZA everywhere.
Yeah, at everywhere. Just not Pornhub.
Yeah, no. You've gone too far. You need to back it up. A little bit.
Way back.
Yeah.
You might see something shouldn't be seen. The Black Hammer.
Like Lady D without her dress on. That's probably going to happen. So don't do it.
Guys, mod this game. Come on, we need to see something.
Too late. It's been done.
Oh no.
It's been done.
Wait, isn't that the one with the black lace?
No, it's the one with no lace.
Okay, guys, this game...
You heard it here first.
Woo! Okay, I need to check that out. And I will not be editing that into this video. That's someone else's video.
Right.
Okay, guys. So, we're going to have a bunch of topics to discuss. And we will have spoilers later on in the video. But we will give you a warning when to click off. So, yes, Sam, my boy.
Yo.
Let's get right into gameplay.
That's it. Let's jump into it. This is my thing.
The feel of the game. For me, the game felt smooth. I was actually surprised. I had no launching issues, no bugs, no crashes.
So, where did you play the game?
On my PS5.
Oh, okay. Well, I played the game on PS5 too.
Thank God, not Xbox. Yeah, all you Xbox fans, I don't care.
But yeah, the game feels really great. It is, I think, keeping that 60 frame per second frame buffer is stroke of genius. It feels smooth. It feels responsive. Excellent.
For me, it was the movement was super smooth, and I can't find. I keep forgetting the word I want to use for that gameplay, but it's like you said, it's smooth, it's responsive, and it's quick.
Yeah,
absolutely. Press of the button, doesn't matter if you want your shotgun, you press that button, your shotgun is out within seconds.
Yeah, because Ethan is moving at superhuman speeds to get his guns changed.
He's the Flash, not copyrighted by DC. But I'd never experienced any loading screens on the PS5.
That's actually right. So as soon as you load up the game, essentially you're playing right through it as if it was a one-shot deal.
Exactly.
It's really well done.
It feels like God of War felt when it came out.
Exactly.
There's no... Because I saw on the PC version they do have loading screens, but I think because we got spoiled with the PS5, we're like, is that a loading screen? What's going on there?
Yeah, so I watched a video with Digital Foundry, and it was around 2 seconds to load from a save file on PS5. 2 seconds? That's insane. That is so quick.
From cold boot until you get into the menu, it's like 11 seconds. That's quick.
All right.
That's really quick.
Unless you use the shortcut, which is the activity cards.
That's much quicker.
I actually use that feature so much. It is great for jumping straight into the action.
I used it. I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Right.
Then I just felt like an urge. I need to get back into Village. I checked. Okay, this is my card.
Yep.
I'm currently 33% busy with this. With this activity, I was like, okay, I never actually used this cards. I pressed
square.
I was like,
jump straight in. Yeah.
That. I was like, oh wow, I'm right in it.
Yeah. Blink and you miss it type of thing.
Yeah. Like, I thought I'm playing Assassin's Creed. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Gun control.
All
what
right.
did you think about your gun control?
Okay, so this is where I'm a little bit disappointed. Okay, and I'll explain why. So, yes, the feel is smooth and responsive, right? But trying to kind of get a lock on somebody as the Lycans keep dodging left and dodging right. You keep trying to swing at them, but they move so much that you end up wasting like 5 bullets at a time before you actually get a hit. Or maybe
you waste the bots. You waste the bots of ammo just to get one hit.
Yeah, exactly. A ton of bullets. But other than that tiny little thing, I think the gun gameplay, I wouldn't put it anywhere in a league of something like Call of Duty or these snappy first-person shooter types. No.
Okay, the Duke.
Let's talk about Big Boy.
Big Boy.
And I'm not talking about Wazza, but the other Big Boy.
I am not a big boy. I am a man. Now the Duke.
The Duke. Can I just say, okay, the Duke. What a ripoff! Why, Capcom? Why? You make us pay 1,000 lei for one shell? Are you insane? What
South African prices. It's SA prices. Tax reasons. It's tax reasons. Demetrescu wants tax.
What kind of crazy ass? You guys, can I just say, You're gonna kill a bunch of guys. You're gonna get some money. You're thinking to yourself, "Oh, cool! I ain't gotta worry about running out of ammo. I got all this money.
I can get a full box of pistol ammo. Yeah.
Nope.
Get there.
You buy
3
them
bullets.
1 bullet at a time.
For 3 bullets.
Yeah.
3,500. Great. It's tax purposes.
It's crazy.
Big castle tax.
You know what? He knows that he doesn't have any competitors in the market,
Yeah.
so he drives up the prices like a crazy maniac.
I saw the one of the shotguns that you can buy from him was like almost 300k.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
you're not getting that in one playthrough. There's no way.
No. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so they clearly wanted you to play the game, New Game Plus it, like 5 million times before you can afford half the stuff, the really good stuff that the Duke has.
Yeah, and what I really liked about the Duke is him referencing the merchant from the fourth
From
game.
the other game, yeah, true.
Like, what are you buying today? Just something an old friend of mine used to say. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I like it.
Check! Nostalgia, check!
Your inventory setup.
Alright, so you will be spending a ton of your time doing some
I think
Tetris management going on there.
micromanagement.
Tetris
Yeah.
management. You're gonna try and figure out how to. It's like, oh, I got this new gun, but no, I don't have space. What do I do?
And yes, guys, when you pick up ammo and it shows you in the box next to your inventory that it's sideways, you can flip it.
Flip it around. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do what I did and just leave it. Because I didn't pay attention at all. And I think I lost like 50 boxes of ammo.
You're not alone. Okay, it took me until halfway through the game to go, you can flip it!
Dude, and lockpicks. They are so scarce in the game.
Yeah. So you have to basically pixel hunt for lockpicks all over the map.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And back to the Duke real quick. I noticed when you buy the Capcom Magic Juice, you know, the medical cure for Resident Evil.
Yep, the holy water.
Yeah, the holy water. I call it Capcom Magic Juice.
It's got that cross on it. It's got to be holy water.
So when you buy one of them from the Duke, it's like 1,000k. When you buy another one, it's 2,000k.
Yeah, he drives up the price every time you buy.
Yeah. So if
That's
you
a
go
bastard.
if you go back later on in the game and you see, okay, you're low on health, and you want to get some magic juice, depends on how much you bought throughout the game on what that final price will be for just one bottle. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a bastard. I told you. Like I said before.
He's
a bastard.
Crazy.
He's a bastard. he's gonna rob you blind, and you will give him your money.
Yet he is, when you actually see him coming back from a mission, or you just pass him on a random route while exploring, he always has something fun to say.
Yeah, true.
Like when you get your weapons and you shoot into the air, he's like clapping his hands, laughing, and says, "Oh, good weapon, sir." I'm like, okay, that's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he has a backstory.
Oh no, definitely. Definitely. There's something going on there with the Duke that Capcom isn't telling us. And
they did not bring him in for no reason.
And we're not even going to... You know what? Let's leave that for the spoilers, I think. We have our own little theories that we like to share, but I think let's dive into those a little later on. So, but in terms of the inventory management, you know what else the Duke will do for you? Oh yeah, he's gonna charge you an arm and a leg to increase your inventory. Yep.
Yeah. I think the first increase I paid for on it was, I think, 20k.
Really? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
it was a ridiculous price. It was crazy amount.
The last one I think was like 50k or 60k. But
Yeah.
when I got that last piece, then that inventory just started looking like heaven.
Yeah.
Weapons on this side, ammo on this side, health on the below, lockpicks in one little block.
Quick
Was
question with the inventory. I saw there's a stack button on your touchpad, but did you ever get it to stack anything?
No.
Neither could I.
I got, I think it was my Magnum ammo. I had one Magnum ammo,
Yeah.
and then a separate one for, I think, 3 or 5.
Yeah.
I got that to stack.
I couldn't get anything to stack.
But-
I thought it was broken, or maybe
my-
I was just being thick.
All my pistol
Like
ammo
Lady
and
D.
shotgun rounds. Big booba! But my shotgun shells, my pistol rounds, I could not get them to stack at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because I did notice there was an update recently.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was a part that was broken in the game, but it didn't stop us.
So if
We
any of you guys could get it to stack, please down
Drop
below.
it down below. Let us know.
How'd you do it? What's your secret, buddy? I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know.
We wasted so much inventory space just on pistol rounds while we
Yeah,
need
on rounds
shotgun
because
rounds.
you have like 3 sets of rounds because you can't stack them together. I don't know.
And like if the health bottles, if the magic juice could stack upon each other,
That would
it
be
would have
amazing.
been like awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget, the crafting.
Crafting. Right. I think the crafting actually works very well. It's very intuitive. You know, you gather all of the pieces and then you just go straight into the menu and then you craft as long as you have the blueprints for it, okay?
And,
So
and it's quick.
it's pretty quick, yeah. And you get the blueprints either in the game world or from the Duke and his ridiculous pricing. But yeah, get as many blueprints as you can. It's cheaper than buying the ammo and the grenades and everything from the Duke. Trust me.
You just need to find gunpowder and I think what else?
Gunpowder and scraps, and you're pretty much good for
Scraps?
pistol rounds. And then
I still want to see that happening. Cannot
Yeah.
gunpowder. Crap.
Hobo MacGyver.
Bullet.
Bam! MacGyver bullets. Done.
Season 5, MacGyver.
Yeah.
Resident Evil edition.
Resident Evil Guyver.
And what else? Oh yeah.
and
Yes.
the holy water as well. You know.
Yeah, the holy water.
You get some herb. You get the holy herb.
You get your liquid and you get your herb, which suspiciously looks like a baggie for something.
You would know more of that than I would.
It looks like a little tiny baggie.
Sure, Wazza. I mean, you would know.
Dude, I've got friends.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Design. One of Sam's favorite topics.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Atmospheric sounds.
Okay. What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts first, and then I'm gonna, wax lyrical about the 3D audio sound in Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, because I know you and your 3D audio.
Oh.
He's like a teenage boy with a naughty magazine. So, what I think with the atmospheric sound, walking through the woods in the beginning of the game, you hear the bushes, something scruffing around in the bushes, birds, owls, just the way everything comes together makes you feel like you're literally in that world. And what else can I say? The creakings when you walk on a wooden floor, or you go into a building and you hear the wind blowing against the building, and that also I can call it a creak.
Yeah, it's definitely creaks.
Yeah, it's just so well done.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop you there, and then I'm gonna wax lyrical about just how hot the sound in Resident Evil is. Okay, so I'm gonna say it. Y'all can disagree if you want. That's okay. That's your business. That's your prerogative. This is the best use of 3D audio sound on PlayStation 5 or any console for that matter. I'm telling you, I've played some Returnal. Well, I finished Returnal, and it's got some really good 3D audio, but we'll save that for another day.
This one, I will not.
Resident Evil sound is amazing. Just as Wazza was saying, you're sitting inside one of those sheds in the village, and you can hear the lichens as they're climbing over the roof above you, and it's very directional, right?
Like the nails scratching on the roof alone.
Exactly. You can hear exactly the direction it's coming from, and it goes like that throughout the entire game, where sounds and their directionality is so crisp and clear and vivid. Excellent use of it. You know, the sound design in this game, the devs, you know,
well done. Well done.
Yeah,
I request the highest of fives.
Yeah.
Wait, not too hard, not too hard.
All right. Sorry, I don't want to hurt your hand there. You know.
But it's like when you're firing a gun in a like in a cave.
Oh yes, that reverb, that echo.
Just that echo, like.
It's fantastic. It
was like wow.
But even the gun sounds, even the sound of the shotgun firing, the pistol,
the sniper,
very well done.
And what I also forgot to mention, the cave later on in the game, it's not part of the main story. It's just part of your exploration. Sorry, my English is not very good sometimes.
No, it's broken.
It's broken. I haven't done this in a very long time. But then in that cave, you'll find roots hanging down. As you move past them, you can actually hear how the wind is moving those roots.
As they rustle.
Yeah.
I remember the scene. It's crazy good.
So good.
Yeah.
Creature sounds.
Oh. The lichens. Oh.
Just the right amount of roar.
Exactly. It's so unnerving sometimes. But not just the lichens, but the dollhouse. Oh my goodness. Oh.
We won't talk about what you experience in the dollhouse until spoilers. But
yeah, the sounds are just so well done in there.
Goosies.
Yeah.
Goosies all around. Got the shiver down my spine.
Yeah.
The sound design in that what's her name? Viento's house.
Yeah.
Oh, that was some of the best sound design. Yeah, the game overall has great sound design. But the sound design in that house was just like next level.
Yeah, you're not gonna forget it once you've played that section, I'm telling you.
I remember when I played that section, when I went to bed, I was still hearing it in my head while I'm trying to fall asleep. And yeah, I live in a house that's really old, and we believe it is haunted by an old lady. So hearing those things makes your mind spin off completely different things, and you lay in bed like eyes wide open, like just don't come in here. Keep on moving.
So I have to say, as what you have to play this game with some headsets. I mean, honestly, I'd highly recommend you use headsets. The 3D audio in this using headset is just second to none. It's really amazing. It's fantastic.
Like, when I got the PS5 headsets, I was like, okay, I'm not really going to use it. I don't play online that much with anyone. Here and there, I'll join a match, maybe. Then I thought, okay, you know what? This is Resident Evil. I want the full experience to do the best review I possibly can. So, what I did was, I locked my door, I cranked these puppies up fully, and I sat down and I played.
Yeah. Big mistake.
Pure horror.
I swear, there are times, right? I'm sitting, and then I hear a sound in the back, and I find myself like, what the... Oh, it's in the game.
And that's just the 3D audio.
That's just the 3D audio. That's
It's
the
like,
3D audio doing its thing. Fantastic.
It's like you can walk through the area. Rocks falls down. You'll still look to your left or your right side to see what has fallen. Meanwhile, it's in the game. You just don't realize it that quick.
Yeah. It's the sound design. Well done, you guys. I think they nailed it. And I would love to see more PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X games use this level of 3D audio because it's second to none. It's really fantastic. Worth having a pair of headsets for.
What was those creatures in the dungeon?
Oh, those zombie-like things. Yeah, those zombie. I'm gonna call them zombies. Okay, I don't know what the official name is, but
they felt like a zombie.
They look like zombies. They move like zombies, except they're carrying arms. Zombies.
So
if it clacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, then it probably is a duck. So
even though it has a bazooka.
Yeah. Yeah.
So about those creatures, I can't remember what the names are, but you get into that dungeon, it's dead quiet. And you continue through, and as soon as you get that one corner, you see one of them coming out of the shadows.
Yeah.
That sound is so unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just me, maybe you did it as well, but as soon as you saw it, you stood still. But as it made a sound and kept on moving towards you, you started to
backing up. Yep.
I backed up until I was inside of the second cell behind you.
Back all the way up.
I was standing behind there with my shotgun, like, come. Yep. I dare you. There's the line. Come, cross that line.
Counting your bullets. Like, I know I only have 4 bullets, but damn it, I'm gonna make it count.
Yeah, you've got 4 bullets and there's a lot of them down there.
Yeah. Nah, that was pretty sick. That was good.
The breakable object sounds, like the pots. It was the pots that didn't. It's like what I told you about the bird as well.
Yeah.
It was very monotone.
Flat.
It was flat. It was your standard pot breaking sound.
You know what? I could swear they used the exact same sound files they did in Resident Evil 7 and any of the...
It could be.
Because it didn't have the same sort of dynamicism or the same sort of directional sound that everything else in the game world had. I swear, devs, copy-paste is not getting your job done. Alright? Control-C? Nope.
EA, listen to that. Listen to that. Stop doing it with FIFA and Madden.
Control-C, stop it. Stop it. Do it from scratch.
No. Ow! But, it's like...
Be careful with your hand there, buddy. Damn.
Yeah, it was painful. But, it's like everything...
Well, were you developed by Capcom devs? No? Oh, okay.
I think they would like me, actually.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right.
But the sound design entirely, it's no matter where you are, you get your echoes. Like when the Lycans growls at you, you hear that like clearly, but there's also an echo for that 3D effect.
Right.
Your weapons when shooting, there's that echo. The creaking and scratching, all of that. There's echoes. The breakable objects,
flat.
No echoes.
Nada.
I did like shooting the goats because they did have like a little chime sound to them.
Oh, right. The goats. Yeah. The wood.
Yeah.
It's the classic. It's that classic. You know the Resident Evil raccoon when you shoot him. That in the previous games. Yeah, it's the same sort of little chime that you got in the previous game. So that's a nice little callback. Except they replaced the Raccoon City mascot, the little raccoon with the... They replaced that with goats.
Okay. Graphically detailed.
Oh, the graphics. If you think the sound was great, wait till you set your 4K eyes on that 4K picture. It's just mwah, chef's kiss.
From the village to the castle,
Especially the castle. The castle.
Oh, dude,
Special
the castle
mention.
The way the lights reflect onto those gold, I think it's gold surfaces
Yeah.
against the walls. It makes it pop so much.
Can I just say, if you're playing the game on PS5, ray tracing on. Don't worry about the frame rate. You'll never notice the dips. I know all of the the performance reviews say there's a few dips here and there on PS5 with the ray tracing on. You won't notice. Forget about it.
I think I experienced one major frame dip.
Yeah.
And that, I think I also included that in my montage video I released a week ago.
Yeah.
It's in a heavy action sequence, shooting the Lycans with my shotgun. So I was on top, moving quite fast, frame rate was fine. As I dropped down to the level below, I noticed there was like a quick drop and it went back to normal.
Right.
It didn't bother me, because it's some things in this game moves so quick, you don't really pay attention to your frame rate, but you pay attention to these things that wants to kill you.
Yeah, they want to eat your face.
Yeah, they're not friendly, eh? They're not friendly.
No, they want to bite your hand off.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And their breath. Dude,
nonetheless, ray tracing on, honestly, that's the only way to play the game, because it fundamentally changes slightly what the game looks like, right? And what I mean by that is there's this ray tracing global illumination that kind of happens within a certain area where you get a light bounce. So if there's a torch on the floor and there's gold, it kind of bounces that color to the walls as well. It looks so good.
And
the shadows.
When you walk into the main, I think it's a main hallway of the castle where the chandelier is hanging. If you stand right beneath the chandelier and you look down onto the ground, you can actually see that little particles of light reflecting from there.
Yeah.
And honestly, guys, that part, just seeing that visually, you don't have to play, you just stand there and you look. You absorb the way that game looks at that moment.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I thought when I played Maiden, the first demo, I think it was the graphical demo.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, wow. Okay, but lately we've been seeing gameplay and demos on this level, the game releases on this level. So I was actually quite anxious to get to that part and see that area in the fully released game.
Yeah.
And once I entered it, I was like,
demo this level,
it's
game
exactly right
2
there.
inches higher.
Yeah.
Because the frame rate in the demo was a little bit dodge, but in the final game, honestly, they nailed it. They optimized this game so well.
I honestly just played the visual demo. I just played that. I kept off from the gameplay demos.
Yeah. I also skipped out on those because I wanted it to be a fresh feeling when I jumped into the game.
You don't know what to expect and where to expect it.
Yeah.
Like walking into that first overgrown field.
Yeah.
And you hear that sound. It's like,
you know what? The art direction is excellent. It does feel a little bit like a throwback to Resident Evil 4 when you're in the village.
Yeah.
You know, you get the same sort of vibes you did while playing Leon in Resident Evil 4. But it's got its own little twist to it, right?
Well, I think they did. I think what they did right there is they took something we loved in number 4.
Yeah.
And they took the success of Biohazard,
Resident Evil 7, yeah.
And they combined it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we got Village. But to be honest, for me to play like in Village, have that open spaces, different locations to explore, felt a lot better than just being stuck in a house.
I agree. I totally agree.
You had more freedom. Your exploration is much wider. You get, I think there's like few different collectible stuff as well. Like I think the little rubies or diamonds.
Yep, crystals.
The crystals, which can help you a lot with the Duke.
Oh yeah, Duke loves crystals. Yeah. Just to add on to that, in terms of the sort of open world structure. Okay, so open world is a bit of a stretch. Think of the village as a hub area, right?
It's semi-open world.
Yeah. So the hub area is kind of open, but it sort of leads you to the other sections within the game, right? So like the castle or the factory, where all of the, the four main baddies exist, or the four main baddies live. Heisenberg. Who knew? His factory is also... Yeah, so all of these sections are connected by the village, with the village being the main hub of getting to those places.
It's so perfectly and carefully connected.
Yeah.
Like, you go into the castle. While you're in the castle, you literally look at the factory.
Yeah, you can actually see it. And at no point does it feel like you end up loading into these sections. You literally just... the game flows through.
It's a perfect puzzle.
Yeah.
And about the map, it's... What I really like what they did here is, if you explore an area or a shed, an abandoned house, the map shows you if there's something still in there to be collected. If it's gunpowder, ammo, a lockpick, it shows you there is something. And sometimes you can get frustrated. You get frustrated with, like, I don't see anything. I got frustrated in, what's the guy's name? But he has like a guitar on his door.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated because I got everything in that house, but it still showed me there's something to be collected. So, what I did, I took my rifle and I opened fire.
On
I
everything.
I shot everything and I just saw something dropping. I was like, oh, a crystal.
Crystal. Yeah.
Awesome. And look, I opened my map and it was blue.
Yeah.
Time to move on to the next map.
Yeah, so effectively, all of the areas that you're in the game, it would be red when it's you haven't explored it completely.
Yeah.
And blue, it's highlighted blue in your map, then you know you've completed that section. You don't have to go back and keep looking for things. I think it's a very nice way of handling exploration, so you don't keep going back to the same places thinking you might have missed something. It makes it very clear.
Yeah.
I would love to see more games adopt that sort of methodology. I think
and
that's great.
For any completionist,
before
moving, if you say, okay, I can't access this area just yet, maybe I'll get a key or a crank to open that.
Yeah.
Then you know, okay, focus on this side, clear this side up.
Yeah. And then when you have a key or a lockpick to open that one thing, and that you know exactly where to go, you head back there. You open up and then you watch it as it turns blue.
And it's not one of the cases for, okay, you struggle so hard to get this key just to open that door. Is what's inside worth it? Worth that time or not? Guys, everything in this game, every single collectible, from the goat body, the doll body, doll head, goat head. I actually wanted to cross-match them.
Chickens.
And see the chickens,
pigs,
the pigs,
goats,
fish. The fish was actually quite fun to hunt.
Yeah, shooting a fish.
Yeah,
fun.
I didn't knife it. I did not go Cape Town style on it.
Didn't you? Okay, I just shot him.
I took my shotgun and was like, yippee-ki-yay.
Now the reason we're talking about all of these goats and chickens is one thing we didn't touch on in the previous section about the Duke. So later on in the game, he has these recipes, right, that require, let's say, poultry, or it requires fish, and then he creates a dish that when you eat it gives your character some buffs. So
and for animal that you hunt, there is like a rare version of it.
Yeah.
And what I actually liked is here and there they will drop like an image that you pick up, and then you have to pay attention. Okay, they show you where this animal is, but
The
pay attention.
surrounding areas, yeah.
Yeah, because there will be one for sure you'll pick up, and you go like, okay, there's a blue bird. Oh, I know exactly where this is.
Yeah.
And you run to it, and there it is.
But
Now-
one little detail that they did not skimp on in the game. The devs are sadistic bastards to what they do to goddamn Ethan.
Damn, man. Do they hate him or what? What?
I think the devs just hate the shit out of Ethan because his hands get mutilated through the game, and the detail is astonishing how much detail.
And not just this game. Not just this game.
Resident Evil 7. Yep.
Resident 7, I think Mia took his hand off
Yep.
with her attack.
And she
And then-
stabbed right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She took this hand off, stabbed through this hand, and then Jack came and took Ethan's leg.
Yeah.
Magic juice, Capcom magic juice,
Magic juice. I'm telling
attaches
you.
it back and uses it fully again.
You don't need no medical aid. Just get the magic juice.
Yeah,
Good.
just magic juice.
Yeah.
Doctors will be out of job.
So the detail they've put into like his damage to his hands is crazy, and believe me, you're gonna see lots of crazy ass things happen to this poor guy's hands. But there's
From that
probably a
first-
story there somewhere.
From the first cut, when he goes underneath that fence,
Yep.
when I saw that cut, I was like, oh, that's one of many injuries.
Yeah.
But talking about Ethan's health, I actually remembered the fading health bar.
Right.
When your health is full, you don't see that health bar at all. Once it starts dropping, it fades into your screen, you see it, it fades away. It's like they've figured out the perfect timing to fade in so it catches your eye and to fade back out. Otherwise, if you're not sure on what your health status is in the game, you open your inventory and it will be right at the top.
I got a life hack for you. Look at your DualSense. Because the colors actually reflect your current health status.
Yes. Yeah, but when I'm in a boss battle, man, I'm not gonna like, okay, shoot, and look down. And by the time I look down, I could
You're
be
dead.
dead.
That's because you suck. Maybe you'll get better. Don't worry about it. Maybe.
He's the one who did a speed run,
I'm
and he
not.
refuses to do a speed run.
I'm not doing a speed run. I know when to
Exactly.
quit.
It's because he is not good enough for it.
Or I know when to take my trophy and run.
Literally, that's why I did a speed run, because you get a trophy for under 3 hours.
Oh.
Is it replayable after the first run? Yes.
Yes.
It's massive.
Definitely.
I went back 7 times. If you just want to relive that story, maybe catch up with something you might have missed if someone bumped you on your shoulder to talk to you.
Or those
Honestly-
collectibles. The tons of collectibles in there. You'd want to go back to Platinum it and try and get all of the collectibles.
And the collectibles can be really, really tricky.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially those dastardly goats. They're everywhere. I mean, they're hidden in places.
Listen,
You'll hear the sound, the 3D sound of the goat,
they're
and
bobbing.
then you can't see it. It's like, where is this thing? Where is it?
When you get the goat body in the wells, and you don't find the goat head, in your second playthrough, you might find the goat head and forget to get the body. Your third playthrough, you know where everything is,
Yep.
and you go right at it.
Yeah.
I saw an article of Capcom where they said to do a speed run with Resident Evil Village, You have to complete the game 5 times, get familiar where everything is, and then try and do a speed run. Well, I don't know how I did it. I played the game once. I went back for a speed run, completed the game in 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 4 seconds, like the image will show you guys. And that was only my second. Went back my third time, just took the difficulty up. Worth it, honestly. To play this game in every single difficulty, except for Village of Shadows difficulty. That is pure hell. That's torture.
Wazza, I hate to break it to you. The reason you were able to do the speedrun in your next playthrough is because luck.
Luck. It's because I don't have kids or a wife.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Fair. Yeah.
But
I don't have 3 hours to be sitting.
Village of Shadows' difficulty feels to me what Returnal looks like to me.
Oh no, it's far worse.
Village of Shadow, I'm struggling to do that. I'm still currently busy with that playthrough, and that's my 7th playthrough.
I challenge you to play Returnal. I challenge you, but that's going off topic.
Okay, let's put it like this. You challenge me on a YouTube video, I'll accept it, but I have to get the game first.
Okay, alright. Alright. I think we'll make a plan.
Okay, while you're making that plan, make a plan for Mass Effect.
Right.
So, Mercenaries mode.
Yeah, let's talk about Mercenaries. So,
What?
you ever played any of the previous Mercenaries? From,
No.
like Resident Evil 4
Yep.
and one of the older versions?
Literally, when I started gaming, my gaming life,
Yeah.
when gaming took hold of my soul and said, I am not letting you go anywhere. I was, and I think you'll remember it from our first meeting, where I said I only always focused on the story of a game.
Yeah.
Once completing the story, I'm done with the game. I move on to the next.
That sounds more or less like me.
Resident Evil Village is literally the first game, and Sam will even tell you guys. Village is the first game I went back for countless playthroughs, and I can't get enough. I still need to do my Assassin's Creed Valhalla Wrath of the Druids DLC, which came out, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago.
About a week or two ago. It's
Yeah.
very recent. Very, very recent.
I'll boot that game up. While I'm busy with that game, I'll go back to Resi. I need more Resi.
Yeah.
So Mercenaries, I played one match. Well, the 3 stages. I completed the 3 stages, and I actually like how they give you abilities
Yeah. So
within those stages.
think of Mercenaries as a arcade mode of sorts, in sort of small, self-contained little stages with a little timer running type of thing, and then you try to blitz through all of the enemies as quickly as you can. Getting the abilities and weapons and the bullets. It's quite a fun little distraction using the mechanics from the main game. It's actually it can be a lot of fun.
The way I see Mercenaries, in my way, is you're in the mood for Resident Evil, for some zombie-like action, but you don't want to start a new game or continue with the story just yet.
Or tie yourself to, the long form factor of a full game. That would be a quick jump-in point.
You dive into Mercenaries. It's like a 15 minutes for all 3 stages.
Yeah.
You got your fix. You go over and do whatever you want to do there.
Yeah. So it's great for replayability. And, leaderboarding. If you're into that sort of competitive leaderboarding, I'm telling you, Mercenaries mode is the one for you.
Well, with me trying to platinum the game, I saw you need to get a double S ranking.
Oof.
Then I was like, yeah, this platinum is not happening soon.
Well, knowing you, you like platinum games, so you're probably gonna figure out a way to get that done.
I like it. I like it.
No! We do not cheat! We don't cheat!
This is South Africa. We do everything.
No! No cheating! Believe me, I wanted to cheat through the escape room section, but I didn't. I just stayed in there and I took it on the chin. Whew! That was a lot. That was a lot.
The sound, the visual, the pure agony.
Yeah.
Of that section.
That section is, it's dope, and it's also crap in your pants.
Yeah. Pure, for me, that's what Resident Evil is supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll get to that in the spoiler section.
So, tell me about New Game Plus mode. Have you had a chance to jump into that yet?
Well, New Game Plus, I don't like how they laid it out. The way they went at it. They in order to get your New Game Plus, you start a new game with your complete inventory from your previous playthrough and all upgrades and everything. You need to go into load game, select your playthrough that you have completed previously, click on it, select a new difficulty, and you'll start a New Game Plus. Where I would like something more like you'll get your new game in your menu, right below, New Game Plus, then load. So the way they went at it, I didn't quite like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, if you don't know about that, you'll go like new game, and you'll start it again.
Yeah, and you without any of the inventory, it's basically a fresh start if you go that way. So Capcom might have dropped a ball a little bit there. I think they could have made their New Game Plus a little bit more intuitive.
Yeah, and with your full inventory and your upgraded inventory, you get your extra unlockable content after you complete your first playthrough. So you'll get like infinite ammo, which is a lot of fun in a speedrun. A lot of fun. That's how I did it. That's exactly how I did it.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to worry about picking up weapons or
exactly.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about clearing areas, and you just go at it.
Just go at it straight for the yeah. That can
work. But with those weapons and those unlockables, they still have their challenges. There's some weapons locked behind a difficulty wall. You have to start a hardcore difficulty to get a certain rifle. Or you have to do the Village of Shadow or the Village of Hell difficulty to unlock, I think it's the second version of the, what's it called? The Magnum.
Oh, right.
So, and if you get a double S ranking in Mercenaries, you actually unlock a lightsaber. There's a lightsaber in this game.
I would like to see that Resident Evil lightsaber. Do you slash the zombies in quarters?
I wish.
Watch the top part slide off.
I wish they could have done that because that would have been so good.
Almost as a callback to the hallway scene in the first Resident Evil movie. Chunks.
The laser room.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the movies.
Yeah.
Because
all right.
That can
sore subject. Sore subject.
Okay.
All right. So
it is worth multiple playthroughs.
Absolutely, I totally agree, and I'm going to dive into another playthrough myself. Maybe I will take that speedrun challenge on.
Yeah,
maybe.
If you want,
we'll see what everyone says in the comments. Do I? Do I not?
Really do a speedrun. I think let's lock it in. Okay, maybe 500 likes. You do a speedrun.
All right, okay. You got it.
500 likes, you do a speedrun?
We get 500 likes, I will do a speedrun, and I will post the trophy on Twitter, so you know it's legit.
500 likes, speedrun, on casual.
I will do it. You got it. You got yourself
1,000
there.
1,000 likes.
Fist bump.
1,000 likes. He does a speed run on standard.
Oh, then okay. Now you're going too far. Okay, just back up a little bit.
That's where we stop. I won't.
I'm gonna stop you
do
there.
the hell for hardcore.
All right. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm gonna start having to, Google some cheats. And I'm not a cheater, but I'm about to be.
I don't even think there's a section on the menu where you can type in cheats.
Where there's a will, there's a
Oh,
way.
wait. I know what you're going to do. You're going to use the Konami cheat, aren't you?
I don't
Up, down, left, right. But about the extra unlockable content.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys finish the game, you'll see you actually receive points for the trophies you unlocked in your first playthrough and challenges you have completed without you even knowing you completed the challenges. So those points you take and you go to that section in your bonus menu. Mm-hmm. You go down to your extra content unlockables.
Yep.
And then you can spend those points on game art, on the figures.
Models, yeah. The actual in-game models. You should check out these models. They are super detailed.
And some of them actually move.
Moving parts, yeah. It's pretty sick. It's pretty dope.
You get your weapon models, can view them like that. And you get your infinite ammo, new guns, like I said. And it actually adds more to that replayability, which I like. I want that lightsaber. I don't know when I'll get that lightsaber. Maybe Christmas time.
Maybe.
And it's not just one-bladed. It's dual-bladed.
Ooh, Darth Maul up in this piece.
You can get Darth Maul all out. But before we do the verdicts, we have the question for you guys for the competition.
That's right.
Remember, if you guys want to take part in it, follow the links down below, and just follow the steps, and you'll be entered for the giveaway. Sorry, I froze a bit. I'll fast forward it in the editing process.
Right, you should leave that in.
It's like
you should leave it in.
But yeah, follow the links down below. Every like, follow on all the different medias will get you bonus entries. And also leave the answer in the comments down below. And you can also leave the answer for this question on my social media page or SkyGamers social media page.
At SkyGamers ZA, that's where you can leave it.
And we'll announce the winner within a week.
That's it.
Next week, Wednesday.
So that's it.
Yeah.
If you want to grab yourself that retro goodness of the Capcom
arcade
stadium, then go ahead. Hop in there. Just a little disclaimer, it is a PlayStation 4 code, so it'll only work on PS4 and PS5, so keep that in mind.
It will work, for those who are a bit confused and not sure about what Sam just meant about will work on PS4 and PS5, it will work on PS5 due to backwards compatibility.
That's it.
It's exactly the same game, it's just on a beautiful console.
All those curves.
A Lady Dimitrescu curve. So yeah, guys.
In a white dress too.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And it's lovely to the touch. But yeah, guys, the question is, Sam, throw it at me.
All right, so what you guys tell us? What is it the Capcom devs hate the most? That's it. Got it? What is it the Capcom devs hate the most? Drop it down below.
my opinion of this game is it's a lot of fun. It does have its minor moments. It's, if I go according to the way I played, is the first section of the start section of the game. It's more horror. The second section is a bit, they lean too much into the action base. And I don't want action. I want horror. I want to experience fear. I want to feel fear. I want to sit and play and keep looking over my shoulders because my headsets make me think there's something behind me. And yeah, what I would like them to do is just focus purely on horror. You can leave guns in. It's fine. But like the section with Heisenberg at the end, that was more like did Michael Bay direct this? What's going on here? And I see why laugh. Because you know how I feel about Michael Bay stuff lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'll give this game a 7.5, 8. I'll lean on the 8. 8 out of 10. That's my opinion.
All right. Okay. All right. So my opinion of the game, it's not too far off what you say. So I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. When it leans into the horror, it does it extremely well. There are jump scares, as you would expect.
Yeah.
But
and some jump scares better than others.
Some jump scares better than others. Yeah. The lichens in the windows, you kind of see it coming. But trust me, you get deeper in the dollhouse. Super jump scare central. The game is fantastic. It's definitely one of Capcom's better titles. I would say it's a little bit just below Resident Evil 7. I think Resident Evil 7 leaned on the horror much better than it did. So Resident Evil 8, definitely. I think it's better than Resident Evil 3. Okay, yes, they are different, one being third person and this one being first person, but compared to Resident Evil 7, I think 7 was still a bit stronger. But in terms of technical direction, okay, as in the graphics, the sound design, 8 is on a whole new level. It's just a pity that I feel like it was still hamstrung by the previous generation consoles, because it's a multi-generation game, right? It's on, you can feel there's something pulling it back. There's something holding it back, and I feel like if it was built from the ground up for PS5 and Xbox Series X, it could have been a better title. But nonetheless, it's fun. The story is B-movie-esque. Yeah. It's Resident Evil.
And there is some cliche tropes and stuff you'd expect.
Absolutely. But it's Resident Evil. You know that going in. You know.
Yeah. But they do have the over-the-top action.
Yeah.
Over-the-top stuff.
I enjoyed it very much. The action-y bits, I think they could have reeled back in a little bit. It did lean a little too much on especially in the third act. The third act is very action heavy, and I kind of wish they would have gone the other way and leaned a little bit more on the horror side. But nonetheless, even with that in there, it's still a fun game. It's totally worth getting. Even at full price, honestly, it's worth it. I think it's totally worth it. Yeah,
it's honestly, like, we do complain about the prices of games lately.
Yeah.
Literally all around the world, everyone's complaining about that price. But when you look at the game the way we looked at it, it's a lot of work. It's crunch time. The amount of hours the devs put in just to torture one poor soul in this game.
I mean, Ethan, why? What do they have against him?
I don't know what they did to him or what he did to them, but come on.
Just...
I think what's going on is we paying that amount of money to reattach something to Ethan the entire time.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
I don't-
it
I don't-
happens so often that
I don't think the magic juice that Ethan randomly throws over sometimes was actually free. We paid for it.
yeah,
We paid for it.
you did. $70. That's what.
Well,
But
it's $70 in America.
yeah, in South Africa it works out a little bit more expensive
It's
than that. But
88.
I think that's a talk for another episode. But
Yeah.
we'll get into that. So,
Okay.
what would I
What-
like to see next?
Yeah. What would you like to see next?
I would like to see so there's a section in the game, the dollhouse, the Benevista house. What's the name again? Benevento,
Benevento, yes.
right? Where it plays a little bit like an escape room, right? So essentially, you're locked in this room, and there's clues and little hidden keys that you need to take, which lead
It's very Silent Hills.
Yeah,
PT.
very
PT.
PT-esque. You don't have access to your weapons. You barely have access to your inventory. You only have the key items. And then you use the key item to open another section, which leads you to another section, and eventually figure out a way to escape that escape room. It's a fantastic part of the game. The horror levels is right up there. Maximum horror level.
With the sound.
The sound design, the visual cues that it throws at you, fantastic. What I would love to see next is Capcom, even if it ends up being just a spin-off, is focusing entirely on that sort of game mechanic and build a whole new game around that. Fantastic.
Yeah, it can be short. It can be 5 hours.
Yeah,
Or like
it's really
Outlast.
fantastic.
It can be real short,
fantastic.
but they just need to nail that precise experience that you just explained. They just need to know that, and they nailed it in this game, so they can nail it a complete AAA title.
Absolutely.
They can add a little bit of a story, like an intro and an ending, but throughout that game, they should actually like give you more story in articles and pamphlets. Like your environment tells you that story.
Yeah.
For what's going on. Is it everything in the guy's head? Is he actually locked up in this area?
Yeah.
So I think
it would be a very interesting direction for Resident Evil to go. After having done this sort of semi-supernatural thing. But yeah. Okay, so my rating for Resident Evil 8 is actually the same as your rating, Wazza. I give it an 8. The game is fun. The story is a little bit of a weak point, but you know what you're getting into when you're buying a Resident Evil game. The sound design is absolutely top notch. The graphics are exceptional, especially if you're playing it on a next gen console with ray tracing on.
It's really beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. The gameplay mechanic is really good, and it grounds the entire
experience.
The experience together. So I think 8 is pretty good. Where they could improve on is a little bit less action, lean more on the horror, and some of the flat sound design was a little bit of a letdown. Like the sections with the crows, it just didn't have the same.
And the bots.
Yeah, it didn't have the same dimensionality as the rest of the game.
Sounded like it was like recorded afterwards.
Yeah, like an audio playback. It's but either than that, the game absolutely nails it. It's great fun. Totally a day one purchase, and if you haven't bought it day one, now's the time to buy it. It's worth it.
It's honestly one of the greatest games in the past 2 years I've ever played.
Yeah, they didn't mess it up, so you got nothing to worry about. Thumbs up.
Guys, do yourself a favor. Do pick it up.
Yeah.
But what I would like from what I would expect and like from the future of the series is, again, 2 things. Yes, that what Sam has said is also one of them. That's why I'm only going to list 2. Number 1, bring back classic characters.
Oh,
Leon!
Chris, we're over you now.
I want Leon in his Fullest.
Claire. Oh,
Claire.
Claire Redfield.
Um,
Jill Valentine. Bring her back.
Jill. Ada.
Ada. Bring her back.
And because it's Resident Evil, how about Wesker?
Oh, maybe a remastered Wesker. With some extra ray trace sunglasses, huh?
Wesker's son, Jake.
I didn't like him that much. I don't like him.
Yeah, but they can revamp, do something different.
I guess.
It's like they did with Chris in RE7, and he looks much better in RE8.
He looks much better in RE8. Yeah. I swear, it's like they... You know, it's like when a movie has this person cast, and then they cast somebody entirely different for the sequel. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it felt like Mortal Kombat versus Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, pretty much.
But do you think Chris Redfield is still a boulder punching asshole?
Not so much, but he's still...
Do you think his Resi 5 Days is behind him?
I think
he's stopped punching boulders.
Yeah, he's not punching boulders anymore. He's just shooting unarmed ladies in the head.
Maybe when he was punching boulders, he realized he was messing up his hands.
Maybe.
Yeah?
Or maybe the devs. Nah, they didn't. They didn't have a problem with him. They didn't have a problem with him because they didn't do anything to his hands. Yeah.
They overpowered his hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What? Why need weapons if you can just run through punching the shit out of something?
Absolutely. Now, but Chris Redfield, he seems like a little bit of a brooding, tortured soul type thing in this Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I guess that's on brand for him.
I actually liked Chris in this, that whole mystery, because we know he's a good guy.
They made it seem like he's a baddie, but okay, let's not.
When that trailer dropped, we were like, "What's going on, Chris? What?" And yeah, it was.
You are dangerously treading on spoilers here.
I'm tiptoeing.
Let's back off. Let's back off a little bit.
Final verdicts. You said 8, I said 8. Let's go with 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. That's it. Yeah. Resident Evil Village, 8.5 out of 10.
Great fun.
Capcom. Well done.
Great experience.
You nailed it, Capcom. Well done.
100%. Highest of 5s.
Yep. Yep. You nailed it, Capcom. I was scared for a moment. I thought you were going to mess it up, but you did good.
I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, what's this? And when Village came up on the screen, and I saw, okay, they like outlined the 8.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is Resident Evil. Then it came in underneath. I was like, I don't know, werewolves, vampires.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a supernatural twist, but
how does that fit in?
Nailed.
Then you actually find out throughout the game what's actually going on, and
it works.
They nailed it.
They nailed it. They absolutely
nailed it really well.
All right. So
the spoiler section.
Okay.
So this is your final warning to click away if you don't want any spoilers.
Yep.
Or if you don't care, stick around and have some great fun with us, because this is where we'll be going all out.
You've been warned. You've been warned. Yeah. We're becoming unhinged now. We're becoming Eisenberg.
And do remember to enter the giveaway and keep your eyes peeled for all the social medias for the winner.
That's it. What is wrong with you, devs? What do you hate about Ethan Winters' damn hands? Why? Every cutscene, there's something happening to his hands. Every cutscene, every single one.
It's not just this game. It was not just this. It started in 7 and carried over.
But why? It gets eaten like he has 2 of his fingers bitten off within seconds into the game. He has carnivorous flies that chomp into his fingers. He gets hooked up, crucifixion style by Lady Dimitru, and then he rips them off. I keep getting her name wrong.
Dimitrescu is not a Russian. She's not a Russian.
No, she's Transylvanian.
Yeah, she's Transylvanian. Big booba lady.
But
She's
seriously,
big booba lady.
what do they hate about his hands? They get chopped off, they get bitten, they get all sorts of things. The devs hate his goddamn hands. They hate him.
I think they didn't want him to actually succeed in his mission. Maybe that's why they kept on taking his hands away, and then a rogue developer just was like, "Here's some magic juice. Take it."
Yeah, it's like
yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Because there's a section where he gets his hand chopped off by Lady D, right? Like, literally, the whole thing chopped off. And then you're running around with a stump while she's chasing you. I mean, this is please, I can't hold a gun because I don't have a hand. So,
you outmaneuver her the entire time.
You have to outmaneuver her holding your stump. You don't have a hand, so you can't use a gun. And then you get back to where you left your hand. You then
take your hand off. And use this hand with 3 fingers.
With your 3 fingers to push it here, and then lay holy water all over it.
And then all of a sudden,
it's working. Oh, it's working.
And that juice is not just good for skin and
it helps your sleeve.
The jacket actually melts together.
Yep, it's magic.
It's
absolutely
magic.
Like,
Ethan, your hand got cut off, but when you put your arm down, does your sleeve actually fall off?
Nope. It's fused together using the power of magic.
Yeah.
Or video game code. I don't know, whichever one you want to choose.
It's literally that part of the game when after she fucking smacks him against the floor, and he falls straight through, and he gets up, and you hear her screaming at him, "You're not gonna get away. I will find you." And as Ethan gets up, it goes like, how did he say it? "Come and get me."
Yeah.
As soon as he said "come and get me," I was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Like, really?
She will mess you up, bro.
I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Did you see what she looks like? You go back to her.
She just ragdolled you. She just ragdolled you, bro. Are you? You know what? Ethan has the IQ of a brick. Let's be honest. He's in a burning house, and he decides, the only way to get away is to drive a car through the burning house.
And then the car flips.
Brick intelligence. But then again, there is a reason, which I think we will dive into a little later on, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
But about Lady D.
Totally underused. Totally underused.
Yeah.
Totally underused.
Her section was over way too fast.
It is about the quickest part of the entire game, if you ask.
Literally, I was just thinking about it. All the marketing material Capcom has used to promote this game. If they're centered around her, with some lichen cuts and everything in, but if you take all of those trailers and you combine them, that's half of the castle playthrough.
Yep, pretty much.
It's literally half of that playthrough, which was really upsetting to me because it's a great section.
It's such a beautifully designed. The castle is gorgeous.
It's a castle, but you see I think 15% of the castle.
Yeah, not even. It actually felt like a throwback to the original Resident Evil mansion, the Spencer mansion. It had that same sort of vibe, and it felt roughly connected in much the same way. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe the intention was to give us a throwback to Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, because I know they remade 1, but not on the level which they did Resi 2.
No. Yeah, it was more like an HD remake, so you
Yeah.
know the backdrops are higher definition.
Yeah, and the locked-in cameras.
Yeah, it still had the tank controls and the fixed cameras, and the models of the characters were higher quality, but it was basically Resident Evil as you remembered, unlike 2, which kind of almost completely remade the whole thing. So,
but the castle. What I really liked about the castle, when you get on top of the roof.
With the gargoyles.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exact. I can't remember what they call them, but they have those flipping guys that actually grab you around your neck and throw you around. Like Dimitrescu isn't kinky enough.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
If you're busy shooting at one.
Yeah.
And there's another one behind you, it actually grabs you and throws you to the side.
I haven't had that happen to me because I am not a terrible gamer. They're all dead before they know I'm there.
It's all about the difficulty setting.
Oh, it's about the difficulty settings.
Rule number 1, and I'm telling you guys this as well. Rule number 1 is don't be a doos. But yeah,
for our American gamers, it's a box.
Yeah, for American gamers, don't be an arsehole. But while you're on that the roof of the castle, your scenery, if you look out onto the world, it's not like okay they just developed to a certain point. There's you can see there's a world going on. And you can spot the factory.
Yeah, you can see Heisenberg's factory a little further down.
You can see the dam. And I can't remember. I think there was a part, if you stand correctly and look in the right direction, you can see Beneviento's house next to the waterfall.
Yes, you can.
Like a little glimpse.
Like a glimpse of it, yeah, absolutely.
And just the way everything connects. It's like Duke tells you about the four bosses, and you think, okay, you know what? I actually like Heisenberg. I'm gonna go do him first.
Nope, you can't.
Nope, sorry. It's every single boss got a different key to access that area, and I actually like that. I really like that idea.
So you can't. Though it would have been interesting if they let you tackle the bosses as you see fit. That would have been, I think that might have been really, really interesting. Because the game forces you to go to a certain boss first and then to the next one. Because you get the second key from that boss and then you get, the mod for the next key at the next boss. But it would have been really interesting if they let you pick which boss you want to go to. That might be something I'd like to see in another game.
When you say that, I actually saw it in my head. You play Dimitrescu first.
Yes.
Then you choose, okay, am I going to the dam? Or am I going to the factory? Either of those two. You do the factory or the dam second. Or
I don't think you can actually do the dam without doing, because it's locked behind the 6-winged gate, and you don't have that.
If they gave you that choice.
Oh, right.
So you do Heisenberg second. You do the dam third. Because those two parts are more action based, leaning more into the action genre. You get to the dollhouse at the very end.
Yeah.
That will be such a flip on its head. Everyone will just be like, what's going on?
Especially after you have that massive arsenal of weapons, right?
Yeah.
The grenade launches and all of that is taken away from you. Woo!
And you have to experience that. Get away from
it would have made it even more terrifying. The creepy baby.
Oh.
The baby.
And sludging. Oh man,
that is my favorite level in the entire
pure darkness. Game. Like the lights goes out, you have your flashlight on your chest.
Yep.
And you walk through the creepiest.
And
bloody.
And the
I
way they executed, that whole light is fantastic because you can see so little. And you can hear all these sounds, but you can't see too much of it. It is a masterclass in setting tension. So, bravo.
To me, I think that part was really, really inspired by
PT.
PT.
Definitely.
Because as soon as I got into that house, as I was walking through the corridors to Angie, the doll, that was holding the piece of the baby, which I thought was really messed up.
That is messed up. They cut the baby into pieces and stuffed the baby into
pieces.
jars.
Legs, arms, torso, head.
And then you have to go find your dismembered baby and then stick her together by magic.
That's it. But
no, Capcom. No.
I'm walking through the corridors, and just after you get out of that elevator on that level, that first corridor you catch, okay, then you get to the baby. As soon as you unlock that door and you go back back through that corridor, and that one door just creaks open.
Yeah.
I was like, this is PT.
Yeah, it definitely had the same feel.
This is what Kojima wanted us from PT. Maybe PT was a lot more darker than we experienced in Village, but that was more like the core idea.
And there's another sort of little reference that they had, an inspiration, and that's the ring. In the same dollhouse, there's a section where you have to go down into this dark cave that has a well. Okay.
And a crib.
Yeah, and before you get to the well, you have to watch this video of the well, and it's so reminiscent of the ring. Well done. It was terrifying just trying to go down there with the little crib, the creaking crib. Oh, that's some messed up people at Capcom. That's all.
You walk down those stairs. It's dead quiet.
Yeah.
You only hear. It's almost like a moaning from the wind that you can actually hear. But most of the time it's dead quiet. You get into that room and you actually hear the crib rocking.
Yeah. It's terrifying. It's so tense.
You climb down that well. You honestly climb down the well expecting the worst. Then you're like surprised, like, hey, here's the key.
Yeah. Nothing really happens until you go upstairs.
It's like, here's a key. Up you go. While you're climbing up, it's like this overwhelming blast of sound all of a sudden just falls upon you.
Yeah.
And you literally, in the middle of your climb, you stop and you think to yourself,
do I really want to go up there?
Am I really? I'm ready to die just down here. It's fine.
I thought I was going to get a Musa jump scare at the top of that damn ladder, and it didn't happen.
Like something just looking straight at you, and you fall all the way down and maybe break a hand, or
that's what I thought would have happened, but it didn't.
Right?
But it didn't happen.
Because, like you were saying, you see the film reel. You see that film of the well before you get to it.
Yeah.
When I saw that film reel, I was like, okay, the camera is going to pan closer to the well, and you actually see something slowly climbing up, and by the time you get to the well, whatever that was inside of it is already out.
Yeah, but that didn't happen either.
So when you actually get out of the well and you go back upstairs, and you enter the surgery room, where a clone doll of Mia, pretty sure that's Mia?
It was Mia. It was Mia where she was shot, and it had bandages on it. You have to take it apart to get clues to unlocking certain parts
of the puzzles.
Yeah. It's very excellently done. That whole escape room section, well done.
Even dismembering the puppet.
Yeah, you gotta take off the arm, and
it felt so unsettling because you're so focused on the pure horror it's going on. You know you don't have any weapons. If something happens, you can't defend yourself.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is you run and there's
Right.
not much place to run if you didn't dismember.
Yep.
So you get back into that room, and you just see this red cord and blood stain going down the hallway.
Spoiler
You think to
alert, it's
yourself-
an umbilical cord.
And you think to yourself, is there a different way? Nope. That
Nope.
other door is locked.
Nope. One way.
Only one way. So
Gotta follow that. You gotta
You
follow
start-
that stain.
you start cruising down that hallway, and you hear like a sludging sound. You go like, okay, maybe it's behind you, because in that part, the 3D audio actually plays tricks on you. It makes you think something's next to you or behind you.
Yeah.
So you turn around, you see, okay, there's the room you just came from. It's beautifully lit, but there's nothing coming towards me. Again, you go around the corner and you just hear, and you stop. You stop right there. It's like, okay, I don't see anything. Because your flashlight actually reveals a tiny bit, you continue walking forward. And all of a sudden, there's
Monstrosity.
aborted thing.
Fetus, monster, mutated, giant thing that, by the way, if you
Come-
fail, it eats you. Just
It
so
comes
you know.
around. I never got eaten.
I got
Because
eaten.
as soon as I saw that, quick turn, your quick turn is backwards and circle.
Yeah.
So you spin around, and I'm made like Flash. I was gone.
I got eaten for science.
You just wanted to see what the inside looks like.
I wanted to see what happens if you fail, and for science, it ate me.
Well, in a way, Mia, that baby's got a taste for mold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
That baby likes mold.
It loves mold.
It's so I'm telling you now, that baby's favorite treat is blue cheese.
Oh! Shots fired.
Yeah, from that section we go to I think it's Moreau. And the mermaid.
Yes, that's right.
The merman.
Merman.
So that section, I expected a lot the way it started with. Like in the mines, confined spaces.
Yeah. But
Also
that
beautifully
didn't
designed.
really lead to much, though.
Moreau was more like, how can I say it? Like a mommy's boy.
Yeah.
And, okay, in a way you understand the way he was coming from like, no, don't take that. I need to impress, I need to impress them. They keep on thinking I'm a failure and all that stuff. So you actually felt that, but then Ethan is like,
He treated him like Ethan was being a jackass there.
Ethan is like, why should I care?
Yeah, I was like, you're so ugly.
And he's like, oh, don't take mother's child, don't take mother's child. It's like, it's not her child, it's my child. I'm taking this, I'm leaving. And then Moreau goes like, haha, try getting out now, I was delaying you. It's like, okay. You go out, you get to your boat, where I got a fright because I straight on went for the boat. I didn't pay attention what was going on around me. And next moment, one lichen from the top and one from the front. I'm in my pistol. And lichens do not like the shotgun to the head.
Yeah. Easy way to get rid of a lichen. Shotgun to
Wait
the
until
head.
up close.
Yeah.
Up close,
Shotgun to the head. Or
They're
Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane pistol, you get that later on. It's basically an insta-kill against lichens.
So yeah, I want to start that boat. Nope. It tells me I need to go all the way back into the cave, different route, and get the key. I'm like, okay, cool. You get to that area, I think there was like 3 lichens. And I thought, okay, you know what, I'm not going to shoot them. I want to save my ammo, because I know there's a boss fight coming. So I crouch down, and I sneak. I picked the key up, unhooked it, I sneak out the way I came in. As I come around that corner, I just see this big big hunk of a Lycan with massive armor
Yep.
coming in, I think with 4 guys. I'm like, how am I getting out of this? I don't know. Can I just run? Will they follow me actually to the base, or what's going on? So I sneak up to a point. I see, okay, there's the exit. I'm just going to take a chance. I stand up, shotgun to the head. When I heard that big thing like growling, I'm like, bye-bye, and I run.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we get to Chris's cutscene.
Right. Okay.
The second cutscene we get with Chris in the entire.
That's right.
What did you think of that?
Okay, wait. Are we talking about Call of Duty, Chris?
No, not Call of Duty, Chris.
Okay, so
the one where Moreau is in the water and then Moreau starts attacking them, and
oh,
Chris
right.
actually
Chris pushes
Ethan
him
away.
out of the way, and then you don't see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
I liked the whole mystery of Chris, of what's happening with Chris, because for a second the game made it seem like he's a baddie, right? And then it flipped the script and then left you wondering, but is he a baddie? What's happening? And that section right there where he pushes Ethan out of the way lets you know he is not as bad as the game is making him out to be.
for me, Chris was more of an asshole. He was.
Yeah, he could have told Ethan.
Could have told him, listen, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we were talking earlier about it, the kitchen part in the very beginning of the game, when Mia cooks dinner. When Mia is reading the Village of Shadows book to what's her name?
Rose.
To Rose. When she's reading that, in the way I see it, that could still be the real Mia. By the time Ethan takes Rose to bed, and when he comes down, real Mia's already been abducted.
Yeah. And that's why Chris maybe made a move. Okay, so, spoiler alert, guys. In the trailer, you see Mia get shot to shit by... Oh, sorry about that. Mia gets shot by Chris and a bunch of other sort of, spec op type guys. That's not Mia. That is not me at all. That's Mother Miranda. She has this ability to shapeshift. Shapeshift into other people.
She did it like 3 times?
Yeah, she did it. She changed into Mia. She changed into the old hag lady that you've seen in all of the materials.
I love that old lady. Is like,
yeah, she's got the little skull.
Death has visited them all.
Yeah.
That's why
she's got
like
the
laughing and
she's
shaking.
got the necklaces. That is Mother Miranda. So
yeah, they could have used the old hag a
little bit more. Yeah.
Like to have a massive, like you get to the end before facing off with Miranda.
Yeah.
You talk to her, and then all of a sudden she turns on you for no reason after helping you throughout the entire game. So she turns on you. Oh shit, this is Mother Miranda the entire time?
Yeah.
I think that could have been a big reveal.
Could have, yeah.
Because when it's Call of Duty Chris time...
Okay, so let's dive into Call of Duty Chris. That was weird. Like, it really felt like Call of Duty with the night vision goggles, and you're just mowing down lights left, right, and center.
Ammo
everywhere. It really felt like Resident of Duty.
You got rifle ammo, 700 of that in your inventory. You've got your rifle, you've got your pistol, and your knife.
It was actually an assault rifle, right? So
you got your beacon.
Yep.
And your infinite health.
You can call in a like
missile
strike, which was it felt a little out of place. I see why in terms of the story they added it in there, but it was very weird.
Like Chris, he's highly trained. He's been through this stuff. So when he jumped down, and he just told his second in command, if you see any POWs, open fire. He didn't even completely land on the ground. and they're already storming in.
Yep.
So when I took my first shot with that assault rifle,
Yeah.
I was like, where has this gun been the entire game?
Exactly. Oh, because that thing is so powerful. It's OP. You take down a Lycan with like 2-3 shots. Easy.
So I played in Hardened.
Yeah.
It's, you can say it's Warzone type thing. Like
Really?
you empty a mag on one.
Okay. All right.
So I'm afraid to see what Village of Shadows got in hold when I eventually get there.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna
But
overwhelm myself and torture myself to get there just
did
yet.
you enjoy the section though?
Yes and no.
Go on, explain.
When I say yes, it's like felt, even though it's a completely different genre, different game,
Yeah.
different publisher, it immediately felt like a Call of Duty game.
It
Just
really
with-
did. It really did.
Felt like Call of Duty Black Ops, but without zombies, but with werewolves.
Yeah.
It felt just like that. Especially when they start storming you when you beaconing down their hideout.
Yep.
On the no side, it didn't fit.
Yeah, it didn't fit. I don't
It
think
didn't fit for me.
it took the action thing and went a little too far.
Yeah.
It's like, no. But then, to their credit, they did turn it back around and went back to... So, at that point, Ethan is believed to be dead because Mother Miranda punches a hole through his chest and pulls out
She
the
actually,
heart.
and like, squeezes the heart.
Squeezes
and
the heart. Ethan gone, and you watch him drop down to the floor. You never see his face because his face doesn't exist.
There was a movie where they actually did that move.
Mortal Kombat.
No. If I remember correctly, something just up here tells me Terminator, like reaching in, taking the heart out, and squeezes the heart.
Kombat.
Is it Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, the new one. Kano does that.
Oh yeah! Oh, look at this! A fucking beauty.
Yeah.
Kano, best part of that entire movie.
Kano killed it in that movie, but we're going off topic. So, yeah, Ethan is dead now, and you jump into the boots of Chris, and then you go through this entire section, and then this is the biggest.
Even Chris is like, yeah, we should have told him. We should have told him.
We should have told him that Mia was not Mia. It was Mother Miranda, and she has this ability to shapeshift. He basically knew from the start. That's why he tried to kill her at the beginning. He wasn't trying to kill Mia. He was trying to get Mother Miranda.
Even in the beginning, just that whole event that plays off, Mia getting shot. If it was the real Mia, the way I see Mia, the normal Mia, is plain human.
Yeah,
she's
shot,
clear human.
Gone. But this...
A rifle shot to the shoulder.
And then she barely flinched.
She won't go like that.
And then looked at it, and then looked back up, and then gets shot a million times, and is still moving.
The way that Mia, Mother Miranda, looked back up, it was like... Okay, you can't really say there was a lot of facial expression, but I think you'll agree with me. You actually feel like, who the hell is shooting at me?
Yeah.
Who dares
to? She had
the way she stood.
Yeah.
The way she stood, and
it was very aggressive. It was very not defensive. It was aggressive. It was like, oh, you done it now. Oh, you done it. You're going down.
Oh snap! Now you're dead.
Yeah.
Then Chris walks in, like
in the head. Ba, 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 ba.
I watched Zombieland. Rule number 2: double tap.
Double tap. But he took rule number 2 a little far because that was a few more than double taps. But anyway,
I saw on Daz Gaming on that exact part. He was like, because Mother Miranda was being like bitchy towards Ethan, like out of nowhere. She's like, yeah, you can have some wine if you stop whining. I'm like, he's not whining. He's
He's
just
just
wants to bring
caring
up a,
about you, yeah.
he wants to bring up a topic to get over that topic to have a good life with their baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the shooter and this Daz is like, oh damn, yeah, I didn't like her, but damn,
Yeah.
really do it like that? What? After we spend the entire game to save her?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we find.
Then it makes sense. It makes sense. Mother
Yeah.
Miranda, and she is actually tightly connected to the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah, and this is one thing I didn't really like. To find out the origin of the Umbrella logo was something they saw in a cave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I didn't quite like that much.
Yeah, but it seems the experiments that she did is kind of what led to the creation of the Umbrella Corporation.
She wanted to create like a virus vaccine.
Yeah.
Or to find a way. Yeah, she wanted to find a way to bring her,
Her
daughter back.
Yeah.
And Spencer from Resi 1, he actually took her info that she gathered, and he went off to create the T-virus and all that stuff.
The Umbrella Corporation. And
yeah, out of her research.
Money and all of its influence, yeah.
So, in a way, the origins has come full circle.
Yeah.
Now we know exactly how it started up.
Yeah.
They might work in some more stuff because in the one note they do mention that Spencer went to Africa because they found, I think, it's not a megamycete. What's that parasite thing?
Ouroboros or something. Remember
Ouroboros.
From Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Africa for that. And that's where Resident Evil plays off, in Africa.
But let's get to the big reveal, or rather the big plot twist.
Well, Mia's alive.
No? Besides? Okay, so yes, Mia's alive.
Chris finds Mia. At first, he's pointing his gun at her, thinking it's Miranda, like, hands up. And he contacts his second in command, like, where's Mother Miranda? Right now.
Yeah.
And they tell him, okay, no, she's in the ceremony section.
Yeah.
And he goes like, okay, so this is really
Mia.
you.
Yeah.
And Mia, like, if she tore into Chris, I wouldn't have blamed her. Because he did promise them safety and protection and all that. And just to see Chris...
Come on, you are... I'm chomping at the bit here.
To see Chris, like, breaking inside to tell Mia Ethan is dead. That you actually felt that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he says no, Ethan is gone, and then he breaks it to her, Ethan's dead.
Yeah.
And then Mia is like,
no, he's not.
No, Ethan is not dead.
There's something special about Ethan.
Yeah, there's something special about Ethan which I never told you. And Chris has one rule: be upfront, tell him everything, and you'll become. And she kept this from Chris. And as she starts explaining, cut. You wake up as Ethan in a snowy landscape.
Yep. With Evelyn.
And Evelyn, you actually first hear Evelyn's laugh.
Yeah.
And then she appears. And she breaks it to him that,
you're dead, buddy.
Ethan's been dead.
You've been dead since Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a complete theory, but I think we can make theories on a different video as well.
Yeah. But essentially Jack in Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, killed Ethan from the start. And the entire time, Ethan has been this mutated mold.
Yeah, and so she breaks this to him and says, no, there's no way back to your family. You'll not wake up. And all of a sudden, you just see this bright white light. It's like, okay, so Ethan is moving on. This is the last we see of him.
Yeah.
Chris will be facing off with Mother Miranda or Mia.
Yeah.
It would actually be cool if you actually get to play as Mia with a gun and go all out.
Baby in one hand, gun in the other.
Well, It was almost like that.
Almost.
But, so the widescreen takes over completely. The brightest widescreen I've ever seen, 12 o'clock at night.
HDR for the win.
Dude, it was like, oh. And yeah, then Ethan wakes up in the Duke's carriage.
Yep.
And I can't remember what the Duke actually told him. He said,
he said
you weren't looking good.
Yeah, he said your body's not going to like survive much longer, type of thing.
Yeah.
And you can actually see, I think Ethan's hand was starting to look all moldy and cracking.
Yeah, his skin was like if a body was discovered 2 days from being drowned or something, that bluish.
Yeah.
The blue dark and the dark veins.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
And then Duke takes him
takes him straight to Miranda.
To the ceremony section, the ceremony site.
Yeah. And he gets Ethan gets out, and funny enough, you can still buy bullets and everything from Duke. But players, take this advice. I'm pretty sure Sam will agree with me. At that point, don't buy ammo. Buy health. Buy medical.
Yeah. You're gonna
look around in that area. Yeah, you've been in that area countless times in that game. But as you look around that area, you'll find unlimited ammos.
Yeah.
Just laying around. So why pay him for ammo? Just buy health.
Yeah. You can craft the ammo, or pick up all the leftover ammos there, but just get the health, because you're going up against Mother Miranda, and she's a bia.
Yeah, and what I didn't like about Mother Miranda, cool character, great concept for boss fights, like the changes, the spider version, the flying. The thing is, we kept on hearing about her, but we didn't hear so much about her. Like reference here, and no, Mother, don't do this, or Heisenberg saying, no, she's a biatch, and he wants to kill her and take over. So by the time we actually finally see Mother Miranda, like, okay, am I supposed to be scared of you?
Yeah, she doesn't look terrifying. She doesn't look.
When the wings comes out, you go like, okay, I've seen worse.
Yeah.
But with me, with the fear of spiders, when those spider legs came out, I was like, did Tony Stark invent your dress? And that, honestly, when she jumps and she comes down with the spider legs, that does the most damage.
It does.
All the forms she takes,
that
takes the most damage.
Away. You have to keep moving. Circle, strafe, shoot, the usual.
Yeah.
Use everything you have at your disposal. Every weapon, every pipe bomb, every grenade launching, everything. Just empty everything into her.
Everything you have learned throughout the game, you'll be using it at that same moment.
Mines at the floor. It's really, she's quite a bit of a bullet sponge. So there wasn't much tactics to beating her. I felt like it's just to open up.
There wasn't a pattern. There was also no pattern. I couldn't spot a pattern, because she takes the flying form.
Yep.
She mutates. Then you shoot her a couple of times. Then she gets the flying form.
Edit. Pause for edit.
Okay.
My head is
flat.
Red light. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna plug it in, and then we'll continue. So edit this part out, or put it in the bloopers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just go like, I'll make the screen bigger when you go like, because it looks like you needed the toilet.
Okay, I'm back. It's plugged in. You were talking about she's got no pattern. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So she takes the form for flight, the flying form. It was okay. You shoot her a few times, Then she transforms into the spider version.
Yep.
Now,
Creepier. I'm also an arachnophobe, so that was the creepiest one.
She takes, I think, that form 3 times.
Yeah, she flips between those.
Yeah, when she does that, like, well, I compared it with Dragon Ball Z, like Frieza with the blast. Because she does stand like that with her hands up, and you see this red form over her.
Yeah.
But where I made a mistake, I was shooting the blob.
No, shoot her.
Actually, yeah, shoot her, it explodes over her, and it falls on top of her.
Yeah.
If you do that correctly, she does not take the spider form for the 2nd or 3rd time. So there is some parts where you can actually go quicker.
Beat her quicker, yeah. But nonetheless, it was a weak boss fight. In fact,
even the Magnum, if you've got 5 rounds in your Magnum,
yeah,
you'll go from point A to point B. Yeah, let's just say it like that. From that point till the point when she's making that blast.
Yeah.
Like, you've got 5 rounds, you'll do that in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Nah, it was weak. It was weak. I think the boss fights in this games were much weaker than they were in Resident Evil 7. 7 had much stronger boss fights.
Like, how many times did you face off against Jack in 7?
Gosh.
You had that entire garage scene.
The garage scene with the car, which was amazing.
The chainsaws.
Yeah, the chainsaws in that cage match. And what else? And then I don't think you fight him again after that, do you?
He was okay. So you had the fight in the garage,
and he chases you throughout the house, though.
The stalking section.
Yeah.
With one of the best jump scares ever.
Yeah.
As you walk down the hallway, he busts through
it. Yeah. And then
I was like, "Oh damn, get out!"
The mother. What's her name? Martha. Creepiest. That was a.
I remember. I finished all my ammo. Meanwhile, you have to burn her.
Yep.
The game doesn't tell you that you need to burn her.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? I just wasted all my ammo, and now I found out I need to burn her. What?
Yeah. But the bosses were handled far better in that game than they were.
Way better.
In
even Evelyn's final form in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
That felt like a boss.
Absolutely.
It was massive in scale.
Absolutely.
And I've got a thing for massive scaled creatures or buildings in the game.
I like bosses that have a little bit of multi-level strategy to them, you know, like don't just empty your bullet, like you have to do a certain thing to beat them. That's the kind of boss that I like. And
that is why you play Doom.
I love Doom. Love it. Mwah.
I'm still busy with it. But yeah, so you beat Mother Miranda and you get the baby back.
Yeah.
You get Rose back, and as Ethan holds Rose, you just see him dropping to his knees. Now, this part within the game actually brought me to tears. I was like tearing up because you see his hand crumbling away.
Yeah. So
he's unable to stand up, and next moment you just hear Chris running in.
Yeah, and he's trying to help him and the baby.
Yeah, and Chris literally picks Ethan up and carries him over and says, "No, they need to get out of here."
Yeah,
and as he carries him over, you see the Mega Mycete actually comes out of the ground for
whatever reason.
I have no idea why Mega Mycete came out of the ground, but Chris attached a bomb.
Yeah.
To it.
Massive.
And that bomb is literally this size.
But it'll take out an entire town.
Typical Resident Evil. Nuke the place.
Yeah, it's like there's only one way to secure the place, burn it to the ground.
And as they walk off, you can see Ethan getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
And Chris says, "No, come on, we have to." And in a way, I think Ethan did it on purpose, like he was halfly fainting because he knew Chris was going to reach for the baby and take the baby from him. And Ethan stands there, but he says, he apologizes to Mia that he's not going to be around.
Yeah, and then gives Chris the baby.
Yeah, he like half faints and hands the baby over, and Chris looks at the baby and back at him and goes like, "No, come on, we're almost there. Come on, you can do this. Tell yourself you can do it." And then all of a sudden, Mold comes over the bridge, and as it comes over, Ethan pushes Chris away, but also grabs the detonator.
Yeah.
And he tells Chris to go. And he turns around and slowly starts walking back.
He's stumbling, he's breaking apart as he's doing that. You can see him cracking away. And
the one thing I don't like about that cutscene edit is, you know how full of crap I can be with editing.
Yeah.
So they show Ethan walking up to the Megamycete.
Yeah.
And they show you him actually pressing the button. So that immediately exploded. But as he presses the button, it cuts over to Chris running towards the helicopter, the craft.
Yeah.
Hands the baby over to Mia. He's got enough time to get in front. Tell them, okay, we need to take off and get out of here.
And then they take off and they start flying away.
They're like already mid-air. And Mia's fighting with Chris like, where is Ethan?
Where's Ethan?
And then the explosion happened.
Yeah, so they should have done that first.
Yeah,
cut
they should
back
have.
to Ethan, him push the button, cut back to them, explosion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, when Ethan walks up to the Megamycete, cut. Chris running towards the craft. Get in, that whole thing, cut. Ethan pressing the button, cut back to them, explosion.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a bit more cinematic.
Yeah, and make a bit of sense, because that time gap is a little weird. But I hear you. I gotta agree with you on that point.
I just thought of this. The Duke, is he dead?
Should be.
Megamycete was right here. Duke was right here.
Except remember, Duke can travel very vast distances with no explanation whatsoever. So he's not there.
A big boy. He made sure to get out.
Big boy knows how to get moving fast, because he'll get to a section before Ethan, even though Ethan left before him. All the time throughout the game, it happens.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
What if the Duke was the Megamycete?
No, because you.
That's far-fetched.
Yeah, no, that's
far-fetched.
Too far.
But yeah, so the credit starts rolling, and I just realized we completely skipped over Heisenberg, but it's because if you watch any Transformer movie,
that's Heisenberg. Yeah,
that's Heisenberg.
He's actually. He started out seeming like he's interesting, but then it actually falls flat.
The way I saw Heisenberg is a poorly performed impersonation of Nicolas Cage.
or a hobo Keanu Reeves.
No, the way he talks just gives me Nicolas Cage.
I hear you.
That's the only. I only see Cage with his caginess, his eyes and stuff.
So yeah, he's also got the same sort of experimentation that Mother Miranda did on the other four guys. Except he has magnetic. Yeah, basically Magneto. Hobo Magneto. That's it.
Hobo Magneto.
Yep. So his fight against Ethan, he turns into this giant transformer thing, and Ethan gets a tractor that has guns attached to it for some reason. It's dumb. It's dumb. That entire section.
Ian McKellen will not be happy with you if you hear what you say. Hobo Magneto.
No, that entire section is dumb. Honestly, I didn't like it. It becomes like a
it was over quick. It was over quick, and his weaknesses was so brightly highlighted.
Yeah, bright.
Okay, shoot there, shoot his face,
here, and then he's done.
Yeah, it was super quick.
So,
but yeah, the credits roll.
Yep.
And it's like we get it we get a cutscene, but with a time jump. Now, I'm not sure if it's...
Way into the future.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's 16 years in the future, because Rose is a teenager right there.
Yep.
But...
Or is she accelerated growth?
Exactly. Is she just aging really, really fast to a certain point? And yeah, she walks up to Ethan's grave, puts down flowers, because that's the day...
his birthday, yeah.
Yeah, on his birthday, she visits him.
No, it's her birthday. It's her birthday.
Her birthday on the day he died.
Yes.
And, yeah, so... unknown agent pops up, calls her Evelyn.
She freaks out. She's like, I can do things that not even Chris knows I can do.
Like, how does she even know who Evelyn is? Did Mia tell her? Did Chris tell her?
They must have explained. They must.
And she just grabs this guy by the throat and is like, don't you ever call me that. I can do things to you that Chris doesn't even know about. Yeah. And you hear a different agent from somewhere else, well, I got a clear shot, want me to take it. Like, you won't kill Ethan's daughter. This will kill you.
Yeah.
So, they get into the truck, which, by the way, I love those trucks. Those trucks are so damn good. I don't know if it's because I'm a Burki, or what, but that truck, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not a truck guy. Sorry, I can't relate.
And he gets into the truck and says, way to go. She actually, she blames herself for what she just did. Like, to tell an agent she can do things that Chris doesn't even know of.
Yeah.
That means that agent will go to Chris and tell him, listen, she can do things you're unaware of.
Yeah.
But and cause big trouble for her. But
it pretty much ends there.
Yeah, as they drive off, you get a clear view of, okay, you can see it's misty on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
But as the truck keeps on driving, there's nothing inside. Only road, plants, graves, mist. And all of a sudden, a black figure just pops up. Walking, and you can see the black figure walking towards the truck.
Yeah, and then the truck stops.
Yeah. And next moment the screen fades to black, and it says the father's story is now done.
Yeah.
And just that ending. It's like, what's gonna happen? She's powerful. Megamycete is destroyed. But is she the new Megamycete?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out in Resident Evil 9.
Does she have the power to pull Ethan back from wherever he was?
Guess we'll find out in Resident Evil 9.
Just imagine if she was able to actually pull Ethan back to reality. Then he wouldn't have to be walking around with a bloody band-aid.
He can have all his fingers back.
These fingers are so stiff.
Then he would have a lichen bite mark where his two fingers used to be. But yeah, that is basically Resident Evil 8, I think. Yeah.
It was truly an amazing experience.
It was a great experience, and I extremely enjoyed it.
In a way, it wasn't what I expected. It was more.
Yeah, absolutely.
It blew me away.
It does have its faults, but I think its good far outweighs its faults. So I'm pretty happy with the way the game turned out.
The story, you can say it was engaging, because you wanted to know what's going on. You wanted to see the tropes play out.
It kept you going, even though it was pretty cliched and a little bit B-movie-ish, but otherwise, it kept you going.
The puzzle solving was way too easy.
Yeah. Barely a puzzle. It's not a puzzle. It's a fetch and stick in a location and then it activates something. So barely a puzzle.
There was one puzzle that actually got me to jump. It's
Yeah.
when you get it, in that area where it says keep out, and you go inside, and you get that note for look out of the window. Get
Oh,
the code.
right.
The 07040, yeah, 0704008, and you
And
look
then
out of the
a
window, and
lichen
that,
pops out. Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck.
That was a heavy jump scare. That was a heavy jump
But,
scare. All right.
yeah, the dollhouse section, great stuff.
Excellent.
Great
Excellent. Excellently executed. Well written. Beautiful.
lady, big booba lady,
Yep.
big booba lady Dimitrescu, severely underused.
Very. I mean, you get her for a few minutes, and then that's
Would have loved to see more of her.
yeah.
And yeah, Moreau, I didn't like Moreau that much.
Nah. Pointless.
Eisenberg, again, it's a rip-off Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in the X-Men movie.
Yep. Hobo Magneto.
The Duke, super mysterious.
Very mysterious. I would love to see some backstory on what
Yeah.
is. We
Some Duke lore.
we have a little theory that maybe he's a fifth Mother Miranda subject, but I don't know.
The way I see it, the Duke is not actually his name; it's his title.
Mm-hmm.
So to become a Duke, he had to do something really impressive to get that title. But like Sam says, it's more like maybe he's a First Lord.
And then he's getting rid of the competition.
Yeah, to take over.
Yeah.
And you literally did his dirty work.
And that's why he keeps hinting Ethan where to go and pointing him in the right direction as if he wants to see him, get rid of those guys. I don't know. There's something there, but maybe that's a topic for another video.
I figured out why is his stuff so overpriced.
Why?
Damage repairs for when he takes over.
Ha! We should totally do an episode where we just have
theory.
fan theories on some of the subject matter. It will be a very interesting thing.
Yeah, guys, so if you want more, if you guys want a fan theory episode, do let us know in the comment sections down below. Remember to take part in that competition, that giveaway. It's great fun to play old school arcade games.
Absolutely.
And remember to follow my boy Sam at SkyGamers on Twitter, Instagram.
Do it.
Facebook. His website, we'll link everything down below. Competition will work on both sides. We'll get together, compare everything, choose a winner within a week.
Yep, and then we'll get in contact with the winner, and once we have your contact details, we'll get you your prize.
Yeah, and remember, the question for the competition is, what does the developer team hate the most?
Yep.
And if you paid attention during this video, we gave it away.
You will know.
A lot. Yeah.
You will know.
And then you can win some great games.
Yeah, and that is, courtesy to
GameFinity. Thank you so much for providing the giveaway code for Capcom Arcade
Studio. Capcom Arcade Studio. That's going to blooper.
Where is it?
Capcom Arcade Studio.
Arcade
Stadium.
That's going to bloopers.
So thank you to GameFinity for sponsoring the prize for this first episode.
Yeah.
And hopefully
providing the code for Resident Evil Village. It was great fun, and hopefully we get to work with them some more.
Yeah.
Because there's some great games coming up.
Absolutely.
And if you guys want more, and possibly a spoiler theory episode, hit us up in the comments. We'll get right on that. We can make that a second episode because we are planning a one for The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, Last of Us Part 2.
Just a complete discussion of that.
Yeah, not a review. We're just gonna we're just throwing out, just talking about this phenomenal game. So please join us then. Hit it.
And if we get our hands on Biomutant, possibly maybe the 3rd or 4th episode will be on that.
All right.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Remember
you.
to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my boy Sam over there. He's a
Do it.
success boy. He's a success. But remember, he's married. See, did you see the ring?
I'm not Ethan. I have my hands.
I'll drop his cell phone number down below.
He will
Dude,
not.
Even when the way like him bit Ethan's hand, his wedding ring was still there.
It was, right? Weird. But anyway. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all again on the next. Do you want to reveal the name for the series?
Oh yeah. Party chat. Hit it.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.